Bitcoin's latest news and updates, price prediction, and technical analysis mixed with the rainbow chart at the end of the video. We got this right off the top from CoinMarketCap. Breaking on-chain data shows warning signs for Bitcoin, aka BTC. We got on-chain data indicates another warning sign for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin price could dive further to 15K as midterm Bitcoin holders who purchased in the last 3 to 6 months are sending their Bitcoin holdings to crypto exchanges. The bear hug tightens as Bitcoin fell to 15,682 on Thursday. What does that mean exactly? That people are basically sending their Bitcoin to exchanges so they can cash out, maybe move it to USDC, some stable coins, stable up while all this is going on. As the overall crypto market has been hit, we know that we're down basically today 1.4%, but we're trying to cruise above this $807 billion market cap. We need to do a lot better than that. But obviously with things going on with FTX, all the things in the past with Luna, Voyager, Celsius, these things have affected the price overall. As we can see these drops in volume, and the overall crypto market cap just continues to drop as these things continue to hit the market. Right now we got Bitcoin sitting at 16,871, and we're going to do a deep dive on these price predictions because I think it's important to also incorporate this rainbow chart. Right now we got the line set up. This is a buy and sell indicator that is works pretty good. It's the parabolic SAR, and you just got to put the parabolic SAR with strategy. This is on the daily chart, but what we're going to do is combine this with the rainbow chart, okay, and try to get an idea of what's going on with Bitcoin, because we got something happening that's kind of abnormal. When we look at all the other times it came down to this blue zone, we never really wicked that far underneath like where we're at right now, and unfortunately we could be wicking even lower. And what's making me think that we could wick lower is this section right here. It's almost hidden, but right before the halving you can see that there's an area where there's that support line right here, right, sitting right exactly where it hit at that 5,000. If you move the line all the way across, it's right here at that 5K. That was that support. And I'm looking right here, if we kept moving around this area and we move this, if we came all the way down and we touch this support line that we see right here, right underneath right here, we can see that that's around that 12,000 and a half, right? But we also see that it's basically going to be around this price down here. So it's kind of abnormal how far down we could potentially wick right in this area where it would make it around that 12,000. The reason we're bringing up the 12,000 and it's important is because we have these marked exactly at 12,000 and a half, right around that same area, and now consolidating between 12,000 and a half and that 20,000. If we zoom out, we can tell that we don't really have any supports, any significant supports that will hold us. We're just going to keep it on the line chart right now. Let's go ahead and zoom out really quick and move this chart over. We really don't have no actual support lines, something in between here to hold us in place. Our best bet is to keep an eye at this 12 and a half range, because prior resistance usually in the future become a support. And even though the market's being hit because FTX and the things happening with Sam, and of course the stuff with Luna has been rocking the market. This is where all these things have been happening, these large motions when we just fall down. And it's not the community's fault, it's not the people who believe in crypto, it's actually the CEX's fault. These people that we trusted to have our funds. That's why I'm a big advocate for decentralization, the DeFi space, and decentralized finance, because it protects you from things like this. This is a perfect example why it's good to have some cold wallets and ledger up, because it'll protect you in these times. Now, considering what this article spoke about right here, people moving their money to exchanges, right over here, this breaking article from CoinMarketCap, that's where we can see people liquidating some more of their Bitcoin, because they're moving it to exchanges to basically, either stable up or just switch right back into, the dollars and stuff like that. So it's something that we got to keep in mind, considering that we got these prices that, could be healthy if we consolidated between these, the zone right here between 12 and a half and that 20,000. And the reason why it's believable, I know some people want it to go lower. I don't want to see it to go lower. I'm sure there's a large portion of people that don't want to see the price to go any lower than that 12,000. But if we look, it would be healthy for us. We got this resistance here, and finally we broke out at one point, and we just never made a support right there. That's what I thought we were doing up here, ending a Wyckoff pattern, but obviously is dipping a little bit lower to this section. Now, if we add, what's going on, and we add that rainbow chart, that's why it's hard for me to believe that it's going to dip lower than, that 12,500, because on this rainbow chart, it's been pretty accurate this whole time. And granted, this is the most that it's wicked way underneath it. So, it's already abnormal as it is. I don't know how much more abnormal it could get. I asked myself that question, how much abnormal can it get? How much lower can it wick? And I noticed this line right here, and it did that in the past, right in this section where it came down to that lower line. And, crypto and stocks and things, it's not always going to be perfect. But when we come and measure up right on that blue line and get close to the second line that's right here, we start to see that number right in that 12.5 zone pop up right at that line. So we could be seeing something like that. Otherwise, to get lower, to get down even lower would be down here. That would be a really low wick down all the way down here on this rainbow chart. And obviously something had to happen in the market to push it out of this, range that we've been doing nonstop. If we can stay in this range and start to climb up, even by the time we make it to the Bitcoin halving, the cheapest Bitcoin you'll be able to buy would be at 41,000. If we look at where we've been before, right? We look at this orange to getting almost a darker orange, right? And we make it back into that range, back out of the Bitcoin halving. The cheapest you'll find a Bitcoin is $246,000. And then we go higher, that's $343,000. Of course, this is after, the market's fixing itself and, maybe more people move into DeFi, and we'll see how, things continue to happen in this space. But right now, these are the prices that I'm keeping an eye on, is this 12.5 range where we can consolidate and hopefully find some support, because if we notice there hasn't been that much volatility, even though there's the hack today that happened, let's go ahead and bring in this parabolic SAR. And what this does is give you buy and sell signals. If you put the parabolic SAR with the strategy, it will give you buy and sell signals. And if we look, let's move this out the way. On the daily chart, we still have a sell signal, so we haven't got a signal that basically, even though the prices are trying to come back up, technically we still got a parse going on. We don't have a parlay. And if we start to layer these time frames with this buy and sell signal, on the 4 hour is looking better. We have one, but then again, we don't have no real support. So are we going to believe that, it could turn around right here? Because obviously this is not always accurate. We add some other indicators that I got in the background. We are oversold on the MACD on the daily chart, and on the KDJ, it looks like we can potentially see this going up, which means the price would go down, because we want this green line to actually come down for the price to go up. So, some things to keep in mind. I would really, those who are interested, keep an eye on this 12.5 zone, and keep an eye trading between these two ranges right now, and keep an eye on the markets overall, the news, and what's happening with this crypto space. And you guys let me know down in the comments if you guys liked what you saw. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and if you guys can't do that, continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.